Happy New Year! Gang, it's been a minute. Actually, it's been the same gap between my updates that it's always been, but it feels longer, and that's what counts. Students are here on campus, and events are back online, as in they've started up, not like they're on Zoom again. But while I wait for the students to create humorous yet edifying anecdotes I can mine as content, we're going to switch it up and look at what you, yes, you, the cheerful supporter and ministry partner, think. This is Supporter Mailbag. Jack asks, I was wondering if anyone works part-time as they work in ministry with the CCO. This is not unheard of, though from my experience, usually what part-time CCO staff are doing on the side is either other ministry work or graduate schooling. There are also plenty of associate CCO staff who serve as consistent volunteers while working full-time jobs. Personally, I'd like to be able to keep doing this work full-time when possible, but definitely keeping my options open. Cami asks, how'd that 7th grade picture happen? Is that Elise in there with you? Yeah, Elise and I have been in homeschool co-ops together since 6th grade. And then, well, you know, we're students at the same university, albeit in very different colleges, and now sorta co-workers as she volunteers with Cornerstone while working full-time as a nurse. Mike helpfully writes to point out that in my email celebrating Elise's graduation, I incorrectly listed the year she came to Pitt.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
He is, of course, right that Elise came to Pitt in 2020, and I mistakenly put her graduation year as 2023 like the fool I am. As a reward for being an eagle-eyed reader, I offer him a prize of this freely licensed hooray stock sound effect. Rachel asks, Boaz, what exactly do you do? Cheese it, they're on to me. Well, depending on the day, the answer is either not much or way too much. Sometimes it's finals week and there's nothing to plan or host, so you play Terraria and listen to an 11-hour Mike Winger podcast. And sometimes it's the start of a new semester and you get home around 10 and think to yourself, that really was a 12-hour workday. If you were to visualize an average work week in, let's say, a helpful pie chart, it would look something like this. Assuming every week evens out to a 40-hour work week, though in reality it's probably a bit higher, an expected breakdown would look something like this. I'm not going to bother reading this for you. You can just pause the video if you're curious. At King of Rats 4944 on YouTube says, Boaz LMAO, to which I reply, thank you? I legitimately have no idea whose account this is. I'm particularly confused about both why they decided to become the King of Rats and what happened to the first 4,943 Rat Kings. Still, a compliment is a compliment. Moaz Bozer asks, I know you're yet lacking support for the end of the semester. How can I help you out? Why, what a wonderful question from what looks like a wonderful young man. Yes, a big way you can help out is by spreading the word. Do you have friends you could ask to pray over my work? Do you have family members who would enjoy getting my newsletter? Or do you know someone who'd be excited to financially partner with my ministry? All of these are great ways to help me steward this work at Pitt, and I thank you for doing that. Tom comments, I'm not attempting the crossword puzzle. How about one on the names of famous movie stars of the 50s and 60s? Let me introduce you to the wonderful world of cryptic crosswords, the predominant puzzle in English society. In cryptics, each clue has two parts, both a straight definition of the answer and a cryptic wordplay. For example, Hepburn might be clued as stylish and smart British actress. British actress is the straight definition, while stylish and smart is hinting at the combining synonyms for those words, Hep and Burn. Here are a couple more with 50s, 60s actors for anyone to take a stab at. I'll leave you to ponder these until I grace your screens again in February.